Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and coffee stream number 383. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's Friday, thankfully, and I am, for some stupid reason, exhausted. I have no idea why. I am trying to stay awake. So, of course, I have my coffee with me. And, where are we here? So we've got Dr. Functional in the chat. Welcome, Dr. Functional. Thank you for being here. Let's see here. So we're gonna have a fun day today. We're going to get into the news right away, and Pincalo has sent us some stuff, of course. So we're gonna take a look at that. And I hope everyone, like I said, is ready for the weekend and having a good day. Getting ready for the weekend. I'm trying to find an article about the earthquake in New Zealand because apparently it caused a tsunami. So I'm trying to find that. Okay, let's see here. So let's take a look at this first. Oh, excuse me. This first article. All right. Okay. Let's get ourselves to the share screen button. There we go. Okay. So, apparently, Italy is blocking the export of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Let's see. Where is the headline here? Where's the headline here? There it is. Italy blocks export of AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine to Australia amid EU anger over delivery shortfalls. Well then, let's take a look. Stefano Petrelli. So this is co-written by 3 people. Alright, where's the beginning of... Here we go. Alright, let's take a listen. Oops, that's too loud. That's too quiet. Much too quiet for you guys to hear.
Italy has blocked the export to Australia of 250,000 AstraZeneca. Link, coronavirus vaccine doses, amid a dispute with the drug manufacturer over delivery shortfalls inside the European Union, the Italian Foreign Ministry said Thursday.
Wait. So Australia is being punished because there are delivery shortfalls in the EU? I'm confused. Let me guess, you just woke up. No, I didn't just wake up. Why? I've been all draggy all morning.
The move was the first time an EU country used new powers introduced in January, after AstraZeneca announced it would deliver sharply fewer doses to the EU than promised for the first months of the year. You are current
Okay,
vaccine.
wait.
The move was the first time an EU country used new powers introduced in January, after AstraZeneca announced it would deliver sharply fewer doses to the EU than promised for the first months of the year.
So why is Australia being punished, though?
Italian leaders proposed the block on the Australian shipment, and EU policymakers in Brussels signed off on it, the Italian Foreign Ministry said in a statement. You are current.
But why, though? Like,
The decision to block the doses was because of the lingering shortage of vaccines in the EU and in Italy, and the delays in the supply of AstraZeneca vaccines to the EU and Italy, among other reasons, the statement said.
among other reasons. Okay. Hey, Selecta Boy.
The decision to block the doses was because of the lingering shortage of vaccine. The blocked doses were being injected into vials in Anagni, a town outside Rome, at a plant owned by Catalent, a New Jersey-based drug company. You are correct.
Wait.
The decision to block the blocked doses were being injected into vials in Anagni, a town outside Rome, at a plant owned by Catalent, a New Jersey-based drug company.
Okay.
A spokesman for AstraZeneca declined a request for comment. Australian officials did not respond.
This is just weird to me. How can one country so far across the world dictate what another country does or gets with, like, this is weird to me. I don't understand this.
The move could further concerns about vaccine nationalism and inflame international tensions about access to vaccines.
Vaccine nationalism? I guess?
Blocking exports to meet the domestic vaccination targets is a very dangerous card for policymakers to play, said John Denton, the Secretary General of the Paris-based International Chamber of Commerce, in a statement. He warned that global supply chains could quickly be disrupted as other countries retaliate.
Yeah? This is I don't think this is right. I don't think a country all the way in Europe should be dictating. Well, it doesn't matter what location on the globe the country is. I don't think one country should be able to block the export of anything to another country unless that country is in full possession of, and I don't even think it's right to, I don't know, that, like, this is basically uncharted territory.
AstraZeneca has said it can deliver 40 million doses to the EU by the end of March. That's half of what the company had originally pledged, and an equivalent shortfall is expected for the second quarter of the year. Company executives have blamed manufacturing problems.
Okay. Manufacturing problems. Okay, but still, why is the EU thinking that it can punish Australia and take their doses? Like, that's what's bothering me. Why does the EU feel that it's okay to take another country's doses because their dose projections have fallen? I don't understand why that's okay.
But many EU countries say AstraZeneca is not being fully transparent, and they suspect the company is shortchanging the EU in the interest of fulfilling contracts with other countries.
But how can you be sure of that? How can you prove that? Like, that just sounds rather conspiratorial to me. I don't know. That just, I don't agree with this at all.
The European Commission announced in January that it would require vaccine manufacturers to ask permission of national governments before they could export doses outside of the bloc.
Okay.
Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi, who took office last month, has been among the most aggressive EU leaders, saying that doses made in the bloc should stay in the bloc. He pushed for more controls at his first EU summit last week, diplomats said, and in a conversation with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen on Wednesday, he declared that he wanted to suffocate the drug companies to make sure they met their EU contracts, Italy's La Repubblica newspaper reported.
Wow. That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. I'm flabbergasted by this. This is dangerous territory. If one country can block the export of anything, especially something like this, to another country on such arbitrary basis, this is bad.
Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi, who took office when the EU export controls were announced, European leaders said they would not apply to the neediest countries, but that list did not include Australia. A previous shipment of 142,000 EU-made doses of the Pfizer vaccine made it to Australia last month, as did 300,000 AstraZeneca doses over the weekend.
So what, they're saying that because the doses are made in the EU, they shouldn't be shipped out of the EU at all? This is... Wow. If I was Astra, I would move all of my headquarters to Britain and tell the EU to go fuck their ass. Yeah. This is... Wow, this is insane.
Australia began its vaccination campaign February 22nd, nearly 2 months after the EU. As a result, it is further behind. It has administered 47,759 doses, or 0.19 per 100 people. Italy has about 2.5 times the people, but has administered about 100 times the doses.
Wow.
Yet Italy and the broader EU are concerned about the pace of their vaccination campaigns as the virus continues to spread. They are far behind the United States, Britain and Israel in getting their citizens vaccinated, the result of a slow rollout, delivery delays and mixed messaging from leaders.
And that's not Australia's fault. Why is Australia being punished for the EU's fuck up?
12 p.m. Selected boy. Wow. 12 p.m. Pincalo the driving aid. My unilateral but no German is not trying to control the world or anything no. 12
My, how unilateral, but Germany is not trying to control the world. No. That's funny.
French President Emmanuel Macron was among those who initially questioned the AstraZeneca vaccine's efficacy in older people, noting there was limited clinical data on that population. About half of EU countries initially banned the vaccine for people over 65, though real-world data from Britain prompted reversals in France, Germany and elsewhere this week.
Oh my goodness.
Still, some Europeans have been reluctant to get a vaccine that in clinical trials was somewhat less effective than competing vaccines in preventing symptomatic disease. Italy has received 1.5 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine but has administered only 323,000 of them, according to official data. You are currently...
So they've used not even half of their doses. And they're sitting there saying that Australia has no right to having 250,000 and they've got still over 750,000 doses left? Fuck off.
Birnbaum reported from Riga, Latvia, Arias reported from Paris and Petrelli reported from Rome. Chico Harlan in Rome contributed to this.
That's disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. The fact that countries think that this is okay. And remember AstraZeneca is the... Wait, remember AstraZeneca is the one that Trudeau is trying to use as a cover-up to say that he's saving our vaccination numbers. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, honey. Okay. Come on, Chrome, hurry up. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have the next article is about a Brampton doctor and his tweets. So let's take a look at this one. Let me just get this shared. Hey, Wikipedia snippet. Hey, Gunfox. I know. I know I do. I have to do like a Gun Fox News Day again. Okay. All right. So here we have a story about a doctor. Brampton doctors tweets about COVID-19 deemed inappropriate and unprofessional by regulator. Of course. So here's a picture of the good doctor. And he's a pediatrician. So here we go.
A Brampton pediatrician was issued 3 cautions by Ontario's Regulatory College for Doctors after her tweets about the COVID-19 pandemic were found inappropriate, irresponsible, and unprofessional.
Tweets. Her tweets are being examined by the freaking Board of Physicians.
The College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario, CPSO, conducted a hearing in February to look into multiple complaints made against Dr. Colvine or Cowgill about her social media posts last summer.
Let me guess. She was trying to be... well, let's see what these are
The
about.
complainants were concerned that Gill appeared to be willfully spreading false and misleading information regarding COVID-19 that goes directly against the advice and recommendations of local, provincial, and federal medical/science and public health authorities.
Okay, what does she say?
Some of the tweets that were flagged include, COVID-19 is not a serious health issue and there is absolutely no medical or scientific reason for prolonged, harmful, and illogical lockdown. You are...
Okay. So, hate facts. She was saying hate facts, and she has been punished by the College of Physicians. Let's see.
The findings by a panel of the Inquiries, Complaints and Reports Committee. Link, were posted. On Gill's page on the CPSO website, Chrome has new...
Wow, they put... Holy shit. They posted their findings on her page on the... Okay.
While it is valid to question whether lockdowns are effective in preventing the spread of COVID-19, the panel said Gill tweeted her claims without providing any evidence. They added that her statement is inaccurate and does not align with public health guidance.
Wait, so it's valid to question lockdowns, but it's not okay anyway because her statement isn't in line with guidelines and guidance. That's insane. Hate facts, lol, imagine that. Yeah. Lockdowns and masks are a joke. Yeah. Yeah.
The panel pointed out the success of lockdowns in China and South Korea to curb the spread of the disease.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so successful they were.
For the respondent to state otherwise is misinformed and misleading and furthermore an irresponsible statement to make on social media during a pandemic, the panel stated.
But you just said it was valid to question the... You just said it was valid for her to question lockdowns. And now you're saying it's completely irresponsible for her to question lockdowns. Which is it? Which is it? Nobody is laughing anymore. It's gotten really old. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
They noted that Gill also did not provide any proof to support her tweet, alleging a vaccine is unnecessary. Her statement is a potential risk to public health, especially in the middle of the pandemic, the panel said.
So no more opinions, especially if you're a doctor, because you must be the doctor for everyone in the country, so your tweets will... This is insane.
It would be expected and understandable if a certain proportion of the general public who read this statement decided to decline the vaccine with the assurance that they are acting on the guidance of a physician. You are correct.
It's a tweet, not a fuck. Oh my god. If you take any health advice based off a tweet from a doctor. That's stupid. You don't just sit there and go, well, a doctor on Twitter said it was fine, so I'm just gonna do what the doctor on Twitter said. Oh, wow.
The panel also found it concerning that Gill retweeted, "Contact tracing, testing and isolation is ineffective, naive and counterproductive against COVID-19, and by definition, against any pandemic."
Okay.
While Gill said she did not write it, the panel stated that posting an original tweet and retweeting both indicate an endorsement of the information.
So basically, if you're a doctor in Ontario, don't have Twitter. Or, if you do, make sure you don't use your real name.
They said it is okay to debate whether contact tracing, testing, and isolation are efficient in fighting the pandemic, but it is indefensible that Gill declared without evidence that these measures are counterproductive. You are correct.
But, okay. But then, it's a tweet. She's not making a paper. She's not making an essay. She's not writing anything for a journal. She's not speaking as a doctor.
In response to the complaints, Gill said her tweets were taken out of context, to which the panel said tweets by their very nature have minimal context.
Context doesn't matter, which is they basically just said context doesn't matter. They dankulated this chick.
Gill also claimed that she tweeted from a personal account that has no affiliation to her practice. However, the panel stated Gill's Twitter biography makes it clear that she is a physician and also identifies her as the leader of a group of physicians, concerned Ontario doctors.
So? This is insane. Every doctor must agree. Yeah. Yeah, honey, you're right. This
Gill
is
currently has
insane.
more than 56,000 followers on Twitter. The respondents' tweets are accessible by the public. Moreover, members of the public who are not healthcare professionals are likely to attribute significant weight and authority to the respondents' tweets, given her profession.
Oh my god.
Non-medically trained members of the public would likely have difficulty determining the scientific and medical validity of the respondents' tweets, the panel stated.
It's a fucking tweet! It's not a medical paper! She's not making diagnostic declarative statements on oh my god.
As a result, Gill was cautioned by the panel due to a lack of professionalism and failure to exercise caution in her posts on social media. A spokesperson for the CPSO said caution is one of the ways in which the college is empowered to respond to concerns about a physician's conduct.
You mean a caution is one of the ways the College of Physicians can fuck with you if you don't agree with them.
Advertisement, link, footer, link.
This is insane. What the fuck? Holy shit. This article just damaged my morning tea. Okay. Oh boy. So remember guys, while I'm getting this all shared up and to keep the air from being dead, I've got the link tree up in my description of the stream, and there you can find everything. We are starting to post the lewds and stuff on OnlyFans again because Patreon is not they don't seem to like that. So we're posting the lewds and stuff over on OnlyFans. We've got a bunch of photos up there now, a couple of videos. There's costumes and stuff on the Amazon wish list that we can use for uh, pictures and stuff up on the OnlyFans. Um, and yeah, it's that there's it's and there's also the merch, um, all that good stuff. So please continue or consider to take a look at the link tree. I actually put a coffee grinder on the Amazon wish list because Duck Dog was asking if we had a coffee grinder. So I put a coffee grinder out on the wish list as well. Um, so here we go with this story. China's anal tests for COVID-19 upset visitors. I bet they sure did. All right, here we go.
Beijing. Foreign visitors have been upset by China's anal swab tests for COVID-19, prompting complaints of inconvenience and even psychological trauma, and stoking debate over their necessity.
Psychological trauma. That's funny. I'm sorry, that's just funny. Chinese love anal.
A few cities, such as the capital, Beijing, Shanghai, and the port city of Qingdao require the checks, in addition to nasal or throat swab tests, for some international arrivals, state media say.
Nasal, throat, and anal? Okay, the Chinese are just having fun probing people.
YouTube. Free and up. Letter anal swabs.
What the fuck do you think an anal swab is?
The Chinese Center for Disease Control says the test is performed with a sterile cotton swab, which looks like a very long earbud that is inserted 3 centimeters to 5 centimeters, 1.2 inches to 2 inches, into the anus before being gently rotated out.
God, that is deep, man. Holy shit. Oh my God. And 2 inches into the ass? What are you doing, China? Come on. Holy shit.
Why anal swabs? Such tests can ensure infections are spotted, since coronavirus traces can be detectable in the anus for longer than in the respiratory tract, some Chinese doctors told state media.
No, I think you just want to stick things really, really far up people's butts. Well, there's only one more hole to poke. Ugh. It's Eastern medicine, don't judge. Oh my God, says Selective Boy. Yeah, that's... Ugh.
But a positive result does not necessarily mean the person tested can spread the virus, as an active trace is unable to replicate or infect others can also show positive, Jin Dongguyan, a virology professor at the University of Hong Kong, told Reuters.
So it's completely unnecessary to do what you're doing.
Story continues below. Third-party ad frame 1, and up. Third-party ad YouTube, frame and up. Mute video. Foreigners only. Early this week, Tokyo complained about the tests on some Japanese travelers to China, saying they had caused great psychological pain.
2 inches into the ass swab. Yeah, you know what? I was gonna laugh, but I wouldn't want a 2 inches into the ass swab. That's just no.
South Korean visitors can now submit stool samples instead of Chinese authorities taking them directly. Choi Young-sam, a spokesman of the South Korean Foreign Ministry, said on Tuesday.
Why only South Koreans? Why is it that South Koreans get to provide a stool sample and nobody else?
Last month, U.S. media outlet Vice cited a State Department official as saying U.S. diplomats had been subjected to the tests. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman said that to his knowledge, such tests had not been required of U.S. diplomats in China.
Well, his knowledge would have been wrong then.
In a statement to Reuters on Thursday, the ministry said the virus prevention and control measures China was taking were based on science.
Are you sure?
Anal swab tests are not exclusive to foreign visitors. During China's last major round of infections in January, some cities performed them on unspecified segments of the local population.
Unspecified segments of the local population. Is that a way of saying people with bad social credit scores?
Only in China? Travelers flying into Shanghai must undertake a full battery of tests, including anal swabs, if more than 5 people on their airplane test positive for the virus, state media reported, citing one of the local CDC staff. You are currently on. Travelers from regions where the virus is rampant or those who test positive on arrival also need to undergo such tests, according to the staffer.
All right then.
While anal swabs are not compulsory for all international arrivals in China, one staffer of Beijing's Daxing District Epidemic Control Department told state-backed Global Times that international visitors to Beijing were subject to such testing.
Goddamn foreigners. It was based on science. Can you show the article stating that China? Yeah. Yeah.
Story continues below. You are currently on a text element. Chrome has new window.
Oh, thank you for the donation there, Mr. Gunfox. Thank you for the donation, sir. Let me quickly go see what it says. Chinaman says bend over and spread your cheeks. Here is a pillow to bite. We're going in with no lube. Oh God. Thank you, Gunfox. That's funny. That's funny.
Third-party ad frame 3 and up. If people are not familiar with the procedure for taking an anal swab test, our employees will help explain how it'll be done, she said. Anal swab tests for the virus are not unique to China. You are currently on. Galicia, in northwest Spain, has performed them on some hospitalized patients, a few newborns and those with psychiatric illnesses for whom it was impossible to administer nasal swabs, its health department told Reuters.
Okay, people who with special cases, but not just, foreigners.
YouTube video. Hairy situation. Haircell and up. Unmute vid. What does the WHO say? The World Health Organization WHO recommends testing respiratory tract specimens, where possible, to diagnose respiratory diseases because they give the best samples, spokesman Christian Lindmeier said in an email to Reuters.
They give the best samples, huh?
Fecal samples may offer an alternative testing material, especially in patients with gastrointestinal symptoms, he said, but they are less likely than respiratory samples to be positive in the first week of symptoms.
So China's just doing this for fun. I can't help it. That's... Ancient Aryans is scientific. Oh my goodness.
Link. View on Toronto Sun.
That's just funny. That's just too funny. That's hilarious to me. I'm sorry. Okay, next story. Clearly, China's just doing this for fun. Oh, let's go to my stories here. I'm still trying to find the what's it called? The story on New Zealand. Let's I'm gonna grab this other space article and then I'm going to Google the New Zealand story. Apparently, there was a big earthquake, a massive earthquake that caused the tsunami. So we're gonna take a look at. I'm gonna take a look for this as well. Google, please. Okay. New Zealand earthquake. Let's see. Where is it here? Where's the article? Okay. USA Today. Is this a video or an article? Okay, there's an article and a video. Okay. So there were 3 earthquakes that hit off the coast of New Zealand. And the most powerful was a 8.1 is what I'm seeing here. So we're going to take a look at that. Okay. Let's get back into the chat here. The charter grinders that I was looking for at were a bit more expensive than the bottom bistro ones. That's why I wasn't putting them on the wish list. Okay, let me go back here. Back, please. All right. here's my DMs with myself, and let's get to looking at this earthquake. I'm excited because I ordered a custom cane on off of a site called Ambutech, which is the maker of canes, and I can't wait until my cane gets here. It's supposed to get here on Monday. So I made the top part of the cane white and the bottom part of it purple, and put a black tip on it, and got a wooden handle. It's totally worth it. The charter, the charter one is totally worth it. Because I have a bottom bistro one on my on the wish list. And it's like $26. Okay. Yes, but does it have flames? No, I don't think it has flames on it. Okay. So, 3 powerful earthquakes hit off New Zealand coast, topped by magnitude 8.1 tsunami threat canceled for Hawaii. Well, that's good. So let's take a look here. Where are we here? Yes, pause that. Okay. Where's the main body here? Here we go. Okay. Here we are.
Several powerful earthquakes hit near the coast of New Zealand on Thursday night and Friday morning, prompting tsunami warnings for New Zealand and tsunami watches for Hawaii.
That's pretty scary.
The most powerful was an 8.1 quake that hit some 620 miles northeast of New Zealand on Friday morning, the U.S. Geological Survey said.
Oh, wow.
Earlier quakes registered magnitude 7.4 and magnitude 7.3.
Jesus Christ. So 7.3, 7.1, and 8.1. Indeed, I would get you one of those before the bistro bottom. Okay. Which charter? Because I see a lot of charter ones. Which is the one that you put in here? Let me see. Ah, it won't let me look at the link. Damn it. Which one do you recommend? Because I can't click the link. It's not letting me see the link. So which one would you recommend that I put on the wish list there, Duck Dog?
Small tsunami waves were seen later Friday, but there were no reports of serious damage or casualties.
Oh, good.
Jennifer Eccles, an earthquake expert at the University of Auckland, said the 8.1 Templar was at the top end of the scale for those involving only the Earth's ocean crust.
Yeah.
This is about as big as it gets, she said. While the quakes triggered warning systems and caused traffic jams and some chaos in New Zealand as people scrambled to get to higher ground, they did not appear to pose a widespread threat to lives or major infrastructure.
Well, that's good.
Following the 8.1 quake, civil defense authorities in New Zealand told people in certain areas on the east coast of the North Island on Friday morning that they should move immediately to higher ground and not stay in their homes. They said a damaging tsunami was possible.
Yeah.
John Fitzgerald, left, scans the horizon for John Fitzgerald, New Zealand's National Emergency Management Aid. John Fitzgerald, New Zealand's National Emergency Management Agency tweeted, people near coast from the Bay of Islands to Walnaray, from Matata to Talaga Bay, and Great Barrier Island must move immediately to nearest high ground, out of all tsunami evacuation zones, or as far inland as possible, they wrote.
That's always scary. It's like 60 Canadian dollars. Okay. Okay, I'll look for the I'll look for the $60 one.
Hope everyone is okay out there, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern wrote on Facebook. New Zealand quakes map V2. New Zealand quakes map. New Zealand quakes map. And up. New Zealand
So
a tsunami watch, which had been issued for Hawaii, was cancelled Thursday afternoon. There was also no threat to the U.S. West Coast.
Oh, good.
Officials in New Zealand had issued an link advisory for coastal areas after the first shallow, powerful earthquake struck off its northeastern coast Thursday night. Chrome has...
Oh, they were shallow, too. That's always scary.
Twitter embed. Twitter tweet. Twitter embed. For and up. Twitter and up. We expect New Zealand coastal areas to experience strong and unusual currents and unpredictable surges at the shore, New Zealand's National Emergency Management Agency. Link, tweeted. Period. The U.S. Geological Survey said the first quake was centered at a depth of 13 miles under the ocean about 108 miles northeast of the city of Gisborne. Residents of Gisborne reported light to moderate shaking. Chrome has... A magnitude 6.3 quake hit the New Zealand city of Christchurch in 2011, killing 185 people and destroying much of its downtown. Contributing, the
So yeah, New Zealand got shaken up quite a bit this morning, or last night and this morning. And I think I hear a Pincalo in the house. I do hear a Pincalo in the house. Only for a minute, he says. Okay.
Only for a couple minutes. Hello, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, guys, I'm 78 subs away from 1,000 and I'm super excited. Okay, what's the next story I have here? Here's one, and I hope to God it works because it's from the Independent. Yeah, I when I heard about this, I was like, oh shit. Okay, let's see here. Ugh. This isn't gonna work, I don't think. Oh. I'm just trying to find the article before I share the screen. Here we go. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I found the headline. Okay. CG 835B. Okay. I'm gonna put that on the wish list. StreamYard. share screen. Okay, so we have this article right here. Says scientists shocked at water and organic material found on asteroid for the first time. The finding could rewrite our understanding of how the Earth developed. So let's see if this will actually let us read it. Okay.
Link. Scientists have found water and organic matter on the surface of an link asteroid sample collected from the link solar system. Semicolon. The first time that such material has been found on an asteroid.
Very cool.
The sample, which was only a single grain, came from link asteroid Itakoya by the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agencies. Link JAXA. First Hayabusa mission in 2010.
Okay.
It shows both water and organic matter that originate not from an alien world, but from the asteroid itself. Researchers from Royal Holloway, University of London, suggest that the asteroid had been evolving for billions of years by incorporating the liquid and organic material in the same way Earth does.
Interesting.
The asteroid has weathered extreme heat, dehydration, and shattering, but managed to reform and rehydrate using the material it picked up. The study also shows that S-type asteroids, which are the most common ones that come to Earth, can contain the raw components of life.
Which basically supports the theory that asteroids brought water. I don't like that wording. This is the first time we've taken samples off a comet, so how do we know it wasn't there before? That's a good point. That's a good point.
Complementary. Heading level 3. Read more. List link end of this could rewrite our knowledge of the history of life on Earth, which previously focused on carbon-rich C-type asteroids.
Okay.
The Hayabusa mission was a robotic spacecraft developed by the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency to return samples from a small near-Earth asteroid named Pincalo for detailed analysis in laboratories on Earth. Dr. Queenie Chan from the Department of Earth Sciences at Royal Holloway said in a statement. After being studied in great detail by an international team of researchers, our analysis of a single grain, nicknamed Amazon, has preserved primitive unheated and processed, heated, organic matter within 10 microns, 1,000th of a centimeter, of distance. Heading level 4 to heading level 4. Be in at email.
Interesting.
At email.com.
So that's an interesting finding. I think Pincalo is right though that it's that wording is a little wrong. I think that's a little wrong. I think Pincalo is right. Because we don't know, right? We don't know exactly what it is. I need to look at that name again. Okay, no, I don't want the Adobe Flash Player. Go away. You're not even supported anymore. What are you talking about? So, we found a super Earth. Apparently. So we found a super Earth. That's better. Let's see. Where are we here? Let's get the screen shared. To the screen share button. Okay. So we discovered a super Earth. Where is the headline here? Here we are. Super Earth discovered. Data recharacterized planetary atmospheric planetary models. Jesus. Okay, here we go.
Moments of the virtual journey, with overlaid astronomical data. Credit. During the past 25 years, astronomers have discovered a wide variety of exoplanets, made of rock, ice and gas, thanks to the construction of astronomical instruments designed specifically for planet searches. Also, using a combination of different observing techniques, they have been able to determine a large number of masses, sizes, and hence densities of the planets, which helps them to estimate their internal composition and raises the number of planets which have been discovered outside the solar system. You are currently on a third-party app.
Interesting.
However, to study the atmospheres of the rocky link planets, which would made it possible to characterize fully those exoplanets which are similar to Earth, is extremely difficult with currently available instruments. For that reason, the atmospheric models for rocky planets remain untested. Chrome has...
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Our instrumentation is just not... It's not there.
So it is interesting that the astronomers in the Kármán's Calar Alto high-resolution search for M-dwarfs with exoearths with near-infrared and optical HL spectrographs, consortium in which the Instituto de Astrofísica de Canarias IAC is a partner, have recently published a study, led by Trifon Trifonov, an astronomer at the Max Planck Institute for Astronomy at Heidelberg, Germany, about the discovery of a hot super-Earth in orbit around a nearby link red dwarf star. Gliese 486, only 26 light-years from the Sun. To do this, the scientists used the combined techniques of transit photometry and radial velocity spectroscopy, and used, among others, observations with the instrument Musket 2, multicolor simultaneous camera for studying atmospheres of transiting exoplanets, on the 1.52 meters Carlos Sanchez telescope at the Teide Observatory. The results of this study have been published in the journal Science. Play 00.
This is cool.
Play button. 00.
Exoplanets always fascinate me.
Zeros current time. Group 0 and mute. 1 settings. Pip. Enter full screen and up. This virtual journey to Gliese 486b begins with its position in the night sky. After focusing on the parent star Gliese 486b, the film depicts the measurements. Finally, we fly to the exoplanet Gliese 486b and explore its possible surface, which probably resembles Venus, with a hot and dry landscape interspersed with glowing lava flows. Credit, render.
Very cool.
The planet they discovered, named Gliese 486b, has a mass 2.8 times that of the Earth, and is only 30% bigger. Calculating its mean density from the measurements of its mass and radius, we infer that its composition is similar to that of Venus or the Earth, which have metallic nuclei inside them, explains Enric Palais, an IAC researcher and author of the article.
Wow, this is cool. I love when we discover stuff like this.
Gliese 486b orbits its. You are currently on a link, host star. On a circular path every 1.5 days, at a distance of 2.5 million kilometers. In spite of being so near to its star, the planet has probably conserved part of its original atmosphere. The star is much cooler than our sun, so that it is a good candidate to observe in more detail with the next generation of space and ground telescopes.
Yeah, it's because its star is a red dwarf, so it's a lot cooler. That's so cool.
A super Earth is discovered which can be used to test planet. The diagram provides an estimate of the interior compositions of selected exoplanets based on their masses and radii in Earth units. The red dot represents Gliese 486b, and the orange symbols represent planets around cool stars like Gliese 486. The gray dots show planets housed by hotter stars. The color curves indicate the theoretical mass-radius relationships for pure water at 700 K, blue, for the mineral enstatite, orange, for Earth, green, and pure iron, red. By comparison, the diagram also highlights Venus and Earth. Credit,
Very, very interesting.
For Trifonov, the fact that this planet is so near the Sun is exciting because it will be possible to study it in more detail using powerful telescopes such as the eminent James Webb Space Telescope and the Extremely Large Telescope, now being built.
Yeah.
Advertisement. Group. Frame zero.
The extremely large telescope.
And
that still makes me laugh.
Gliese 486b takes the same length of time to spin on its axis as to orbit its host star, so that it always has the same side facing the star.
Okay.
Although Gliese 486 is much fainter and cooler than the Sun, the radiation is so intense that the surface of the planet heats up to at least 700 K, some 430 degrees Celsius. Because of this, the SU face of Gliese 486b is probably more like the surface of Venus than that of the Earth, with a hot dry landscape, with burning rivers of lava. However, unlike Venus, Gliese 486b may have a thin atmosphere.
Okay.
A super-Earth is discovered which can be used. The graph illustrates the calculations made with existing models of planetary atmospheres can be consistent with both hot surface and thin atmosphere scenarios because stellar irradiation tends to evaporate the atmosphere, while the planet's gravity tends to hold it back. Determining the balance between the two contributions is difficult today.
Yeah.
The discovery of Gliese 486b has been a stroke of luck. If it had been around 100 degrees hotter, all its surface would be lava, and its atmosphere would be vaporized rock, explains Jose Antonio Caballero, a researcher at the Astrobiology Center CAB, CSIC INTA, and co-author of the article. On the other hand, if Gliese 486b had been around 100 degrees cooler, it would not have been suitable for the follow-up observations.
Wow. They hit the jackpot. That's really cool. That's I love reading articles about like stuff like this.
A super-Earth is discovered which can be used to test future planned observations by the Kármán's team will try to determine its orbital inclination, which makes it possible for Gliese 486b to cross the line of sight between us and the surface of the star, occulting some of its light, and producing what are known as transits.
That's awesome. That is super cool. That is, I really love finding articles about exoplanets and stuff like that. There are some shows on YouTube that talk about, there's a National Geographic thing called Planets from Hell, which I love. It's one of my favorite ones to watch. I'm trying to find this thing that Duck Dog told me about because I want to see it. Oh, limited time deal, $59, but it's a $69. I think this is it. Charter Conical. Yeah, it's like $59. I think that's the one Duck Dog said about. It's got like 14 grind settings. Yeah, let's add it to wish list. Because I think that's the one he is talking about. Because that's the only charter one that's $60. All the other ones are much more expensive. I want Kepler 22b to be habitable only because I think a real life Subnautica would be awesome. Wouldn't it though? That would be so cool, Duck Dog. A real life Subnautica would be so cool. I think that would be great. I think you're right. I think you're right. That would be wicked. So yeah, I just found the grinder that you were talking about, Duck Dog, and I put it on the wish list. I think I've run I right now I that's all the news that I have. I will do a Discord dump. Um maybe on Mondays maybe on Monday I'll do a Discord dump for the coffee stream. But be sure to tune in, not turn in, but tune in tomorrow for the Star Trek stream because we're going to be doing our favorite rivalries of Trek. So, stuff like Picard and Q and stuff like it'll be great. Um great I great talk with Skep, Hammer, Irate, and Functional. It'll be a good time. So be sure to tune in on that. And you guys may have noticed that the Blind and the Special has not been broadcast for a couple of weeks. We are taking a bit of a hiatus and trying to find a better time to broadcast the Blind and the Special. Because everybody's streaming at 10:30 on Sundays, and we are just really tired from the weekend with the kids, and the kids always fight sleep, and it's just not a good setup. So we're trying to come up with a better time to put on the Blind and the Special. So we're gonna put that on hiatus for now. But do consider checking out that link tree, and check out, the OnlyFans has been revived. The merch is there. There's mugs, there's shirts, there's hoodies. There's, the Streamlabs, everything is there. And thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday and a safe weekend. And share this channel with your friends, because I'd love to hit 1,000 subs. That would be awesome. If I could hit 1,000 subs before the end of March, that would just make my freaking life. But have a great day, guys, and I will catch you guys later. Bye!